Y'all, hey, welcome back to my channel. Thanks so much for stopping by. It is finally football season, y'all. Go Dogs. Now we got to talk about what kind of treats we're going to make to snack on during the football game. But before we get into all that, go ahead and like this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and hit that notification bell so you can keep up with the shenanigans. Yes, y'all, it's Friday. Football starts tomorrow. Now, do not come at me with all that, oh, so-and-so played on Thursday and there was a game last Saturday and football starts tomorrow, y'all. Go Dogs. But y'all know as well as I do that a day of college football, or a day of professional football for that matter, equates to a day of temptation to sit around and snack and eat and just absolutely ruin your diet. So here's what I want to do. I want to find some treats that we can either make or just throw together that we can have if we're watching football either at home or if we're going to somebody's house, something we can take with us to have there to snack on, maybe along with what they're providing, so that we don't fill up on those heavy calorie and point laden snacks. So y'all, as usual, here comes the wind. So let me round up the furry felons. You see, I just finished working out. I need to get a shower and I need to run and pick up groceries. Y'all, it's Friday. I need to run and pick up groceries and drop off some books at the library. So let me round up the felons. I'm going to go take a shower and I will meet y'all in the car. And we'll head out on our errands and we'll talk about what we're going to do today, all right? So let me get this done and I'll see y'all in the car. All right, y'all, we are showered and dressed, properly attired for being out in public, which is kind of saying a lot. Got to head out and run some errands. But y'all, we got to have a little family moment here. Y'all, I know you're going to go ahead and laugh at me. I know you're going to laugh at me. But I got to tell you, I've been a little off my game. And I know this is a cycle, right? Like I'll be like, oh, I'm off my game. I did this and that. Got to get myself back in check. And then I say I'm going to do some things and then I do those things and I get back in check and then I'm off my game again. Y'all, it's a cycle. I know that it is, but that's where we are. It is what it is. So I don't know if I told y'all this, but my mama just left town yesterday. I drove her down to the airport. So that means for the past week, I have not been making the best choices when it comes to eating. We've had birthday cake around, and y'all, the intern bought me this big old pink birthday cake, and I ate me some birthday cake. The intern's mom brought me some homemade cookies. I ate me some homemade cookies. We had Mexican food for my birthday. I ate Mexican food, and not like homemade turkey instead of hamburger, fat-free cheese, like real honest to goodness at the Mexican restaurant Mexican food. And y'all, I made those choices, right? I knew that I was eating things I should not be eating. I should have gone to Chick-fil-A twice yesterday, but I did. And so here we have it. It is what it is. So, but I knew I was going to do those things. And I did a little extra working out. And, you know, Mom and I had some healthy meals, but I've gained a couple of pounds. And as we mentioned, going into football season, there are going to be some social events that the intern and I are going to go to where I'm not going to just be eating celery or bringing my grilled chicken. I'm going to be eating with my friends. So I want to make sure that things aren't getting out of hand before we start going to those events. So I'm going to tighten up, I'm going to start acting right, and I'm going to start that with the football game tomorrow. Now, I got to admit, this should not be a very high stress day for any of us that, you know, that follow big football teams, right? Like nobody's playing any big games this weekend, so I'm not concerned about stress eating, but a football game is a social event. We're gonna eat. So I'm gonna make some things, and it just, y'all, okay, I'm gonna tell y'all, this is not gonna be hard to imagine, but I am not fit for company during Georgia games, so we stay home, which I feel a little bit bad for the intern that I put him in that position, but he would much rather be home with me during a Georgia game than in public with me during a Georgia game, or really even have, like, there are very few people that can be around me when we're watching Georgia football. So it will just be the intern and me at the house, which makes it a lot easier to control the eating. So I'm going to make some stuff today for us to eat tomorrow. Well, I'm going to audition some stuff today for us to eat tomorrow during the football game. And I think what I'm going to do is make some stuff in the air fryer, because we love snacking on fried stuff during a football game. So I think I'm going to come up with something like crunchy, maybe crunchy and salty, something sweet that I might or might not fry. I don't know. That's weird. We'll figure that out when we get home. So something crunchy and salty, something sweet, and then something with some substance to it, because our game is at, I think it's 5 o'clock our time, 6 o'clock God's time, which of course is the time that it is in Athens, Georgia. Go Dogs. So eating then, like that's going to be dinner time. And even with the snacking, let me slow down. Lord have mercy. Y'all, it is going to happen one day. I'm going to get pulled over and get a ticket while I'm vlogging. And the intern might actually take away my keys and sell my car. So let me set my cruise control even. What was I talking about? Oh yeah. So I want to make something suppery for us to eat. So I'll make, I don't even know how to set my cruise control, y'all. I'm so amped up talking about Georgia football. So we're going to make something sweet, something crunchy and salty, or maybe sweet, crunchy, and salty. Like that's 3 different things. And then something with some substance, which of course is going to be a protein. So we'll do that. I need to go. I think I've already told y'all all my secrets. I was going to tell you about that I had eaten Chick-fil-A those times in a day. I went yesterday you'll see this in a vlog, but I took Mama down to Minneapolis to fly out, because with flights being like they are now and flights getting canceled all the time, I didn't want her to get stuck in Minneapolis, because I'm saying that like y'all even know what I'm talking about. So when Mom flies here, it's Atlanta to Minneapolis, and then, or like Atlanta to Detroit or Chicago, but usually Minneapolis, and then that big airport, either Minneapolis, Detroit, or Chicago, into Duluth. Well, that little big airport into Duluth, y'all, they will cancel that flight on a dime. So as much as they're canceling big flights right now with the struggles the airlines are having, I just didn't want her to get stuck in one of those other big airports. Like Minneapolis would not have been as bad, because we could have just driven down and gotten her, but her bag would have been who knows where. So the intern and I talked about it, and we figured it would be better just to fly her straight into Minneapolis. And then there's a coach bus that runs. Yes, y'all, I made my mama take the bus. I'm a horrible child. But anyway, so she took the bus up here when she got in, but she got in like in the afternoon, so that was easy. Well, I didn't want to put her on a bus at like Jesus early in the morning to get down there for her 11 o'clock flight. So I drove her down yesterday, which cut me loose in Minneapolis around all that good eating and book shopping and all the things at like 10 o'clock in the morning. So I went running around down there for a little minute yesterday, but what it did was put me by a Chick-fil-A at breakfast time and by a different Chick-fil-A at lunchtime. So y'all can imagine how that went. Yes, I know. I'm gonna do better, friends. I am gonna do better. So that happened, but they are opening, and those are the closest Chick-fil-A's to us, which might be a good thing for me, but might not be too, because you know how if you have something all the time, you don't necessarily want it as much as when you don't have it hardly never. So that's what I'm telling myself, because they're going to open a Chick-fil-A over by the mall, which is over by where we go to Savers to shop for books. That's over by the mall. So they're going to open a Chick-fil-A over there. So I'm telling myself that and honestly, y'all, I'm just going to have to get control of myself around Chick-fil-A, because if not, then I'm going to make horrible choices. So I'm just going to have to figure out what I'm going to do about that before they get here. What am I even talking about? I was having a little confessional and telling y'all that I ate Chick-fil-A twice yesterday, and so now I'm going to eat like watercress and celery for the next week. I'm really not, but I am going to make us some healthy things, or at least not like uber fattening things. Y'all, I have my cruise control set and I am still speeding. Y'all got me all up in my feels talking about my bad eating choices. So let me get off here before y'all end me up in jail. I'm going to get to my appointment. I'm going to go pick up the groceries, and then I will meet y'all back at here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do my things, and then I'm going to do a workout and calm down, and then I will meet y'all in the kitchen, and we'll talk about what we're going to make, all right? So let me do these things, let me do my workout, and then I'll see y'all back at the house, all right? Bye, y'all. Y'all, that's done. Remember when I started this Crush Your Core? And after that first workout that was such a dog, I said that they're just going to get better from here because the first workout's always going to be the hardest. I forgot this is a progression. So as you get better at it, the workouts get harder. So you're really not, I mean, you are getting better at it and you're getting stronger, but the workouts are getting harder. So you're not really getting better at it. Somebody's a big fan of Piaget, or is it Piaget or Vygotsky, the zone of proximal development? Like that whole, like you're at a certain point and there's a certain amount more you can do, but as your ability increases, so does that amount that you can do increase. Yeah, apparently somebody over at Peloton's a big fan of that theory. Anyway, oh, stop making me laugh, y'all. My abs hurt. Let me settle down and tell y'all what we're doing. So I've decided what we're going to make. We're going to try to make. We're going to start off by attempting some fried pickles. I got ovals, Vlasic oval pickle slices. These are the good ones, y'all. So I'm going to try to do something like egg wash, breadcrumbs, air fryer, see what comes out with these. Did I ever tell y'all about when I was a kid? I'm sure I've told y'all this story. That I used to get in trouble for drinking the juice out of the pickles. I know, disgusting. Why did I even tell y'all that? I'm sorry. Forget I told y'all that. I finally broke down and bought, we're not doing a grocery haul. I'm just showing y'all some things. I've never had this before, avocado spray. I have a, avocado oil spray. Avocado spray would be gross. I have like one of those like spray bottle things. It's over there somewhere. Over, can you see it? Over, I don't know where it is. It's over there somewhere. But you put the olive oil or whatever oil in it and it mists. But I thought I would try the actual can of stuff. I didn't look to make sure that, yep, it says we should avoid spraying it on our eyes. Well, that's good to know. But it's just plain old avocado oil. So I got some avocado oil spray, which has nothing to do with what I'm talking about. So we're going to make some fried pickles. We're going to try to make some fried raviolis. I got frozen raviolis. They're already in the freezer because I knew I would get to yapping with y'all and my raviolis would melt on my counter. So we're going to try fried pickles, fried raviolis. I'm going to do some, y'all get ready to be surprised, some chicken. I'm not gonna, I was going to say I don't think I'm not gonna put it in the crock pot. I'm going to put it in the air fryer. I'm going to do probably chunks. Chicken chunks, and then we'll figure out some kind of dip in it to make it taste good stuff. So we'll do all of that, and I'm going to do, y'all know how I loved those, what were they? Those witchamajiggies that we made, funnel cakes. Some of y'all knew exactly what I was talking about. Funnel cakes that we made. I'm going to try to make a chocolate funnel cake. Might be good, might be disgusting, but we're going to find out together. So I'll do some fried pickles, some fried raviolis, some chicken chunks, chicken strips, chicken somethings, and some chocolate funnel cake. And probably some regular funnel cake too, because that was really good. So I'll be back. We'll taste it and see what we came up with. All right, so y'all sit tight and I'll be back. All right, y'all, we got some stuff to try. The pickles and the fried ravioli are done. The chocolate funnel cake is in the air fryer. Once that's done, I'll just chop up that chicken, throw that in there, and we'll figure out something to do with that. But let's start with tasting these pickles and ravioli. The pickles came out looking pretty good. They crisped up nicely. There's a nice crust to it. I know you can't hear that, but so let me try it. That's good, y'all. I'm going to tell you what I did. So I made an egg wash, just flour and then egg. And then I took some breadcrumbs and put some Old Bay in it. Now, I read somewhere to put Old Bay in it. The Old Bay is a bit much. I think if I had just done the flour, egg, and breadcrumbs, it would be really good. But yeah, I should have thought about that. The Old Bay was going to be a bit much because it's on a pickle. Who puts Old Bay on a pickle? I don't know. I read it, so then I tried it. But the consistency's good. The texture's good. It's nice and crispy on the outside. It's sealed in like the juicy pickliness of the pickle. And the pickle didn't really get cooked at all. Can y'all see that? So that's good. So I prepared them, stuck them in a 450-degree air fryer for 4 minutes, flipped them over, and then 4 more minutes. Done. Good as gold. Now, raviolis. I did the same kind of thing with the raviolis. I did the egg wash, flour, eggs, and then breadcrumbs. But for these breadcrumbs, I seasoned them. I did not use Old Bay because that would be weird on a ravioli. Not that it wasn't weird on a pickle. But I did marjoram, thyme, and oregano to give it kind of a little Italian taste. And I pre-cooked the ravioli. So I didn't do like frozen ravioli. I pre-cooked them for, I don't know, like 5 minutes. I boiled them. So they were done about al dente. Egg wash, breadcrumbs, 350-degree air fryer, 4 minutes, flip it, 4 minutes. So let's see what we got. That's exceptionally good. My plan with these is to make that homemade, we used it for pizza sauce, but that homemade marinara that's just tomato sauce with seasonings in it. So like some garlic, marjoram, thyme, maybe some basil, definitely oregano, whatever other Italian seasonings you like, a little bit of tomato paste, mix that up. Because I don't like to use jarred sauce because typically they've got added salt, added sugar. I just don't want to mess with all that mess. So I'll just take a can of tomato sauce, throw together a little dipping sauce, and I know what's in it. So I'll make a dipping sauce for that. Here's one more little thing I wanted to try before we move on to the funnel cake. I took one of our raviolis and just stuck a turkey pepperoni on top and some fat-free mozzarella cheese, and I just want to see, y'all, I know that's exceptionally extra, but it's football. So I'm gonna try it. This is gonna be a mess. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you. If I had already made that tomato sauce, that marinara sauce, I'd have put some of that on here too. That would really be extra, but here we go. Let's see what we got. I'm a little nervous, but here we go. It's gonna be hot. It's a little bit dry with all that cheese, but y'all, if you put just a tiny bit of that tomato sauce on it, that'd be really good. And it's nice and heavy and filling. So, you know, if your party's getting a little rowdy and you need to calm people down and fill them up a little bit, throw some of that on a plate in front of them. And turkey pepperoni and fat-free mozzarella cheese isn't going to add a whole lot of points. One recipe that I read said that the fried raviolis are about a point each, which y'all, that's not like super light in points, but it's not nearly as many points as if you did regular old fried raviolis, and they're filling. So I do think this is a good option for a football party or really any kind of party where you want to have finger food around that you can snack on that'll fill you up and keep you from eating other stuff. So that's those. Now let's get on with this funnel cake. So what I did is I took the recipe that we already had, which was 1-to-1 of non-fat plain Greek yogurt and self-rising flour. Remember we did, I think it was half a cup of each before. We threw in some monk fruit sweetener and some vanilla, and I think we put cinnamon in the other one. Well, I put in unsweetened cocoa powder in this one. I started off with half a cup of yogurt, threw in about 1/3 of a cup of unsweet cocoa powder, mixed that up, threw in about a tablespoon of the monk fruit sweetener, mixed that up, threw in half a cup of flour. Now, I should have used either a little bit less flour or a little bit more yogurt because the cocoa powder is also a dry ingredient, so I didn't really know if that was going to make it like dry because it's 1-to-1 of the dry ingredients to the yogurt, so I don't know, we'll see. So I did the yogurt, cocoa powder, monk fruit sweetener, little bit of vanilla, mixed that up well, put in the flour, mixed that up, tasted it, was like, that's not sweet enough. Put in another good heaping tablespoon of the monk fruit sweetener, mixed that up, and then rolled it out, swirled it into a Jersey Shore boardwalk funnel cake shape, and then, y'all, I tried to sprinkle, Brainiac over here, tried to sprinkle the monk fruit sweetener on just half of it because I didn't know if it would melt or what it would do. Y'all, it melted, turned completely liquid, and just saturated the whole thing. And I'm about to give it a taste. Y'all, it smells so good. I'm gonna be just devastated if it's not delicious. So, here we go. It's really good. Like really, really good. It's a little I don't know, you can see it's a little like spongy and maybe a little gooey because I put all that monk fruit sweetener in it, but it's good and sweet. So maybe we'll mix more sweetener into it and not like douse it in sweetener, because it was like sitting in a pool of sweetener. But it is good. I'm not going to take this additional bite while we're talking here. It's really good. So that's good. The raviolis are very good. The pickles were okay. I think if I just left out the Old Bay, the pickles would be good. That method of cooking the pickles is spot on. So that's good. Sort of the fundamentals are there. I just went a little crazy with the Old Bay. So those are all good. Let me get this cleaned up. Y'all, I don't know if you can see over here on my counter, but it seriously looks like a chaos bomb went off. So let me get this cleaned up. I'll come back, we'll chop up that chicken, throw it in the air fryer, and then put something together for a second, like heavy sort of snacking on treat for your football party. So y'all hang out and I'll be back. All right, y'all, I have reestablished some semblance of order in my kitchen. The chicken is done. I didn't even show y'all how I made it, but it's just so simple. There's nothing to it. I just chopped up the chicken into bite-sized chunks. I tossed it in just a touch, maybe a quarter of a teaspoon of flavored olive oil, and then doused it in this. Remember we got this at Walmart just on a whim? I use this on everything, y'all. It's garlic and onion, black pepper and sea salt, and some other stuff. There's like some green flakes in there, some other stuff. I don't know what all it is, but it tastes really good. So chopped up my chicken, threw it in some olive oil, threw it in the basket of my air fryer, doused it in this stuff, put it in at 350 for, I don't know, 5-6 minutes, however long it took for it to get done. And this is what we got. So I'm going to try it just plain. I don't think it's going to need anything on it because it's got, first of all, I used that picante olive oil that my mom sent the intern for his birthday, and that stuff's flavorful on its own. And then I look at how much seasoning, I got a little crazy with the seasoning. Look how much seasoning I put on there. Can y'all see that? So that's gonna be tasty just as it is. And you can serve this just like on a plate with a fork or stick some like foil picks or something in it if you want to be fancy. Oh, and it's perfect, if I do say so myself. I'm getting one with a little bit less stuff on it. And I'm gonna try it with some 0 Point ranch dip and some Frank's hot sauce. I'm gonna try not to eat so much hot sauce that my face just turns to liquid right here in front of you. So here we go. Oh yeah, that's good. Even with all that seasoning on it, that's good. But I mean, it's ranch and Frank's hot sauce. How's that not gonna be good? So y'all, there we have it. There are some Weight Watchers friendly options for snacks to have when you're watching football. What are you planning to serve at your football parties? Let us know in the comments. Y'all, thank you so much for hanging out with me. If you made it this far, we're definitely friends. So go ahead and like this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and hit that notification bell so you can keep up with the shenanigans. I upload food and fitness videos at the beginning of every week with some book videos sprinkled in between. See you on the next one.